Good evening. Welcome to the Thursday night live stream. Cheers, by the way. All right. Give people a chance to come in. Let me bring up my. Hey, Tara. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. You know what I need to get is I need to get a wireless mouse. I feel like it would make this a lot easier. All right. Morrison, what's up? I know, long time no talk, right? Mm. Tara says, oh, Megan was in at 5:32. Smash that thumbs up. Let me check my volume. Howdy, Canuck. Long time no see. Tara says, good evening. Hey, Tala, how are you? My favorite Americans. Oh, you're sweet. You're sweet. So I don't know. I guess I'll go through the questions that I had that didn't get lost when I deleted them. Now, let's see if I can find them again. But my answers aren't the best for him. So the first question that I'd wanted to talk about was I wanted to ask you guys what coping strategies work for you in regard to stress/anxiety, mental health in general, I guess, and or addiction. I feel like all of these questions can be used in regard to mental health and addiction. So the one that I came up with was the most affecting coping strategy that I have right now is honestly you guys reaching out to people when I need to. And then from there, I was going to delve into this whole topic about why sometimes I struggle to reach out when I really do need to reach out. But it was really kind of long winded. And I went into this whole story about last night and why I was upset. Why I was upset last night. So I'm not even sure if I really wanted to get into that. But I did want to ask you guys, like, what coping strategies work well for you in terms of managing cravings or managing depression or anxiety, things like that. Tala, what's up? Social connection, yeah. And I'm trying to think, like, obviously before I got into, like, before I became part of this community, I had people in my life that I could go to, but nobody who had been through things similar to me, like as in terms of like drug addiction, things like that. Um, but I mean, I have been lucky in that I have always had some kind of support system. But I feel like that's really the biggest kind of coping strategy that I have right now is you guys. I'm not sure if I think that's a healthy coping strategy, you know? What do you guys think? I go straight to the Lord Jesus Christ to cope with mental health and addiction, also talking to you guys. Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see what happens after the Bible study uh for me. Maybe that'll be a coping strategy that I'll implement after that point, you know? Tara says journaling, talking with my therapist. Oh, the therapist is a good one. It's therapy is still like this go round is new to me, so it's not something that I think about off the top of my head when I think about like what coping strategies I employ. But like branching off from that, what do you got like how do you guys practice self-care? Like what like rituals for lack of a better term do you guys utilize to practice self-care? Because I was thinking about like I was trying to come up with what I do for self-care and you know what, actually let me see what I wrote down because I don't think it was much. Um Yeah, so I basically said that I've gotten out of the routine of self-care. Um, I found that a lot of the things that I thought I was doing that were self-care were actually harming me. Um, so but some of the things I feel like I don't know, like I getting my nails done to me is a form of self-care. Getting my hair done is a form of self-care and for me. Um But there's a lot of things that I used to do that I would like to get back into doing, and, I hate bringing this up because it's such a sore topic for me, but the gym being one of those. I think that that will be helpful for me if I can just kick my get my ass in gear to go to the gym. Mm. Hey, Norfolk. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Morrison says, "Love it, Kimmy." Oh, thank you. Megan, I have a weird one, but eucalyptus helps me personally. Oh, for sensory. You know what? That reminds me. So I was talking to Tara about this the other night. Um, I was I was really like one of the things that I struggle with the most is brain fog, which I don't use it interchangeably, but goes along with like the dissociation and memory gap and things like that. So I was like researching different supplements and things that could help brain fog. And one of the first, let's see, the first thing that came up was vitamin D, which I am supposed to take. And admittedly, I forget to take it all the time. I took it yesterday because I read this article. I did just have my vitamin D levels checked last week, and luckily they're good. But the second thing that came up was omega 3s. And I actually found out recently from my blood test that my primary did that I should be like my omega 3 levels are very low. Right. I do eat shellfish, but not very often, and I don't really ever eat fish. And I actually had read a study recently that talked about, omega 3s being shown to help the impulsivity and the mood swings associated with borderline personality disorder. And I'm like, I have a whole bottle, like a brand new bottle of omega 3s in my kitchen. Why don't I take them? You know? So I took one yesterday. I'm going to try to start taking omega 3 every day. Um, really because I need it, but it would also be really cool if it helped my brain fog. One of the other ones, they talk about magnesium, but y'all know my issues with magnesium. And I do have magnesium in my multivitamin anyway. But one of the other ones that is talked about a lot is L-theanine. And that's one that I had looked into previously because I know a few people who take it for anxiety, and whether it's placebo or not, they find that it works for them. So it's saying that some studies suggest that taking an L-theanine supplement may help improve mental alertness, reaction time, and memory. So I'm going to do a little bit more research into L-theanine, but that might be something that I add into my vitamin regimen. But definitely the omega 3s and the vitamin D, I need to start taking every single day. Do you guys eat enough fish? Do any of you supplement with like cod liver oil or omega 3s? And also, have any of you ever had experience with L-theanine? I did want to take ashwagandha, but unfortunately, because of my thyroid issues, that's not an option for me. Um, let's see. So now when you say that eucalyptus helps you in terms of like sensory, can you tell me what exactly you mean by that, Megan? Shower routine, self-care, and envisioning that I'm washing away stress. Yeah, somebody, I don't know if that was Rachel who said that. She envisions that when she washes her hair, and I was like, that's a really good idea. I wonder if that Tara, you seem to be really in touch with like mindfulness. I am not. I wonder if that is that something that would like fall under mindfulness or no? That's a really good idea. Um, those are great ones, Meg. I haven't been doing it lately, but working out is great self-care. I know. I literally do not understand what holds me back. If it's just motivation, um, sometimes I know what I need to do to feel better, and I don't know why I don't do it. Do I enjoy being, like, miserable? No, I don't think so. So why don't I just do what I know I need to do? I don't understand what I don't understand why I don't just do what I know I need to do to feel better, you know? Kinda like we were talking about, um, I I don't know. Is it that I'm so used to feeling like crap that that's where my comfort level is? You know, it's almost scary to think about feeling good because it's something that I haven't experienced very often. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm making sense, but jinx again. Uh Better, happy, okay. I wonder, I gotta look on YouTube for a minute because your screen name has something funny underneath it, and I don't know if that's on my end. Let me find my live stream. Hang on. I'm interested to see what that looks like. Yeah, it's weird. Your screen name, Norfolk, on StreamYard has a timestamp and extra letters that aren't on your YouTube one. It's strange. Anyway, sorry, random. Tala says the Bible says it best. A friend can be closer than a brother. Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely. Morrison says making sure I shower, LOL, and get sleep. Self-care is super important. Yeah, sleep is one that I struggle with a lot too. I don't prioritize it as much. Um, I've always sort of gone in these like phases where I sleep way too much or I don't sleep enough. Um, and right now the only reason that I'm not sleeping enough is just because I'm doing shit, you know, whether it's talking to you guys or because I can't sleep and I have to get up early for work. But I definitely need to try to work on my sleep hygiene and make sure that I'm getting enough sleep because, you know, I've told you guys before, I get very little sleep during the weekend and then I have to make up for it on my days off. And that can't be good. You know, that can't be healthy. Yes, sir. Eating good food. Yeah, that's another topic, another question I have, but I'm going to bring up in a minute. Eating good food, keeping my place tidy, and getting enough sleep are important for my self care too. Yeah, I get a lot of anxiety if there are things laying around. Admittedly, I'm not like the cleanest person. Like for example, I dust every week, but I don't always lift everything up to dust underneath it. Things like that. I'm not the best at like deep cleaning, but you guys know, like, I can't even have a fork in my sink without like my anxiety or OCD kicks in and I have to wash it right away. If things are laying around or messy, I can't rest, you know? I wash all of my dinner dishes before I sit down to eat, with the exception of whatever I'm eating out of. Oh, fish. Yeah, I kind of agree. And it's funny because the fish oil capsules I got, my PCP recommended that brand specifically because he's like, they don't have like that funny aftertaste. And they don't, but because I'm expecting it, I gag every single time. And they're huge pills. They're huge. Fish smells. Yes, omega-3s and cod is a must for me to have. Oh, good to know, Tala. Yeah, I bought a brand new bottle of it back when I got my blood work results back, whenever it was last month or the month before, and they're just sitting on my kitchen counter. You know what? We were talking about this before, like the little daily pill minders or whatever, and I used to use those just because of all the vitamins and stuff that I take, but my big multivitamins don't fit into them, so I stopped using them. And because of that, like I never remember to take my vitamin D, for example. I eat fish a few times per week and supplement with fish oil on days that I don't eat it. Okay, so you're getting some sort of like omega every single day. That's good. I was confused when I went in because the recommendation from whoever tested my levels said like they recommended a specific brand, and I think it was of cod liver oil. But when I went to the pharmacy, like there were so many different dosages and forms of it, and I was like, "What the?" You know, I had no idea which one I was supposed to get, so I just picked like a really strong one. I'm never eating fish. There's one place in particular that I will eat the fish from, and it's fried fish, so it's not the healthiest, but it's damn good. And I will eat scrod, with the cracker crumb butter topping. I will eat that. And shellfish I could eat every day. I don't, but I could eat shellfish every day. I love it. Rach says she gets a negativity out when she showers. Yeah, yeah. I think she was saying when she washes her hair. Tala says, Slow-mo, yes, brother, I do the same. I go to the Father and ask Jesus to continue to help and guide me throughout my recovery process. I actually prayed last night. So I pray every night before bed because it's habit at this point. I've done it my whole life. I told you guys it's the same prayer every single night. But when I was in the middle of whatever it was that I was in the middle of last night, when my emotions were going in a million different directions and I didn't know who to reach out to. I didn't know if I should reach out to anybody. I did actually pray. It was a sort of desperate prayer, really, and but I did pray, which surprised me a little bit. Amen, brother. I liked the numbing sensation I got from using. Oh yeah, Coca-Cola. Or wait, no, I can't see the emojis, but I'm assuming that's what you mean. Using mint or eucalyptus products kind of give me that hot, cool sensation after a shower. Okay. I do think there's eucalyptus in my shampoo. There's something similar to eucalyptus because it's supposed to stimulate hair growth. And so it does, like, sometimes it makes my scalp tingle and it smells minty. Fights off ashy skin too. Oh, interesting. Yes, I would say that envisioning that negative energy is being washed off in the shower falls into the mindfulness bucket. Okay, good to know. Mindfulness is a big part, I guess, of dialectic behavioral therapy. And so it is something that I'm going to have to become proficient at. And I don't know why that freaks me out, honestly, but for some reason it does. What are you question marking, Morfolk? Question marking. Hey, Megan. Flintstones multivitamins. Well, so I used to take Flintstones after my weight loss surgery. They were on our approved list, but Flintstones, at least I don't know, at least the ones we get here, they changed their formula. I believe it was the folic acid and the iron they reduced. And so Flintstones no longer met the guidelines for those levels for what I require after weight loss surgery. So I switched to just like a bariatric multivitamin. I'm glad you're feeling better today. Oh, thanks, Megan. Yeah, it was perfect timing because Tara had made herself available, like, right, sort of, my emotions had calmed down a little bit, but I was still, like, kind of on edge, and then Tara had made herself available, and it was really perfect timing. Um, and thank you, Tara, so much for listening to me, and I always feel bad, like, not bad, but stupid sometimes explaining why I'm feeling like what set me off or what my emotions are because a lot of people would be like, grow up, or like, that's so stupid. Why would you be upset about that? But, you know, so, but thank you, Tara. Desperate prayers are the best prayers. Yeah. I mean, Morrison, I was literally screaming in my head as I was praying, like screaming to God. It probably wasn't like, I don't know if he would appreciate that, but Kimmy, wow, that's awesome that you prayed last night. I'm joyful for you. Oh, thank you. Like I said, I do pray every night, but it's just sort of, it's another thing that makes me feel like a hypocrite because I feel like it's just lip service, to be honest with you. But I can't fall asleep without praying, whether it's habit, whatever it is, I cannot fall asleep without praying. Even on nights like years ago when I would go out to the bar and I would like, I still would come home drunk and would have to pray before I would fall asleep. You know what I wanted to ask you? So Tala and Morrison, or anybody, I guess, but I remember reading somewhere, and I don't know if it was in the Bible or I don't know where it came from, but it said to get to the Father, you have to go through the Son. And so I don't know where I heard it, but that you're supposed to pray to Jesus rather than to God because, like, that's how you're going to get to God is through Jesus. And I always just say, "Dear God." Like, I don't know if that's something. I'm interested to hear what you think about that. It was a pleasure connecting with you last night, Kimmy. I'm happy I could be there. Oh, I appreciate it so much, Tara. It was, yeah. I mean, it really brought me down to, like, pretty much a neutral state. All right. Scream at God. He's not mad at that one bit. Oh, that's good to know. That's really good to know. I wasn't saying anything rude or anything, but um so I don't know. I kind of want to I wrote such like long paragraphs and I don't want to read them straight through because I don't necessarily think it's necessary, but I was kind of explaining how my brain works and what happens when I spiral and uh, the only reason that I'm hesitant to talk about it is because like I said I feel like there are many people who won't understand just because it's, they'll be like, "That's a hissy fit," and it is kind of a hissy fit, but it's how my brain works, and I right now and then this is probably a cop out, and if it is, I'm sorry, but I feel as though right now I don't have control over it. I can control how I can't control feeling it in my head and having those emotions. I can control how I exhibit them or how I respond to other people to an extent when I'm experiencing those emotions. But one of two things is either happens is I either stop, like I isolate and don't talk to anybody, or I become extremely needy. And I need so um yeah, I don't know. I might go into that more later, but I'll have to put my glasses on for that part because the text is a little small. Um So one of the questions that I liked was how big of a role do you believe nutrition plays in regard to mental health and healing from addiction? I think nutrition is huge. I'm a huge believer in the brain gut connection, 100%. I don't think that nutrition can heal things like certain mental disorders unless those mental disorders are a direct result of some sort of deficiency or, something like that. But I do think that there's a huge connection between nutrition and mental health and healing from addiction, not necessarily being an addiction, but healing from addiction. So I'm interested to hear what you guys think about that. Um, Nothing wrong with praying to Jesus, but I always pray to the Father, acknowledging him through Jesus Christ. Okay. Well, I always just say God, so that's good. The part that says to get to the Father, you have to go through Jesus has to do with salvation. Accepting Jesus's death opens access to the Father. Okay. All right. I understand that. Hmm. Nutrition is one of the biggest in our well-being, homeostasis. Yeah. Um, I don't know if you guys remember, but I think it was late spring, early summer. I was gonna get a gut microbiome test done because that was when I was heavy in my calorie counting phase. Like I was trying really hard to lose weight and I was counting calories religiously and I was working with a dietitian and the weight just was not coming off. And my brother had told me that he had done a gut microbiome test and he found out all of these things like that he needed to do to heal himself. And I mean, the results have been incredible. I didn't end up getting it because actually, like, the test cannot be sent to New York State for some reason. I don't know why. You have to literally order the test and have it sent to somebody that doesn't live in New York, and then they can send it to you. It's ridiculous. I don't know why that would even be a thing, but I would have been very interested to find out like what my microbiome specifically is. Um, Yeah, I mean, sometimes I think about what I've done to my body because again, like I had gastric bypass, so I'm missing a few feet of small intestine. They're rerouted. I can't absorb a lot of um, micronutrients and um, like vitamins and things like that from my food, which is why I have to take supplements for the rest of my life. And I often wonder, like, how badly did I screw myself over with that? Like, not even necessarily talking nutrition nutritional deficiencies, but in terms of like brain gut health, I mean, I don't regret it. I did what I had to do. I needed like that surgery. I needed that surgery. And there's not my only regret is that I didn't have it 10 years before. But I do think about that sometimes. Gut health is super important. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Let me just respond to this message really quick and tell them that I'm live. Nutrition makes a difference for sure. The microbiome is fascinating. I've been wondering what the best diet for me lately though. Yeah, and that's the thing about nutrition is like I don't think it's one size fits all. I don't think it's black and white. Some things are, but there are so many people who have said to me over the years like weight loss it's a very simple. It's calorie in, calorie out. But when you take into consideration things like metabolism, what your insulin levels are at, I don't think that's the case because you guys know, like I was very strictly counting calories for months. And it wasn't until I started fasting and doing lower carb that the weight just started to come off. I mean, the 50, like 55 pounds now that I've lost was literally just in the last couple of months. I mean, I was doing the calorie counting for what, like, I don't know how long it's been now, but much longer than that. And the weight did not come off. And before I had my surgery, I did calorie counting diets then too, and the weight did not come off. So I do think that I think for some people it might be as simple as calorie in, calorie out, but I don't think that that's the case. Um, and different people require different things. Like, I think I was mentioning to Tara, my nutritionist thought that I would benefit from maybe everybody would, but that I would benefit from some more like fermented or having at least like one fermented food item a day. So, that's a great point, Tara. It's different for a lot of people. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. I feel like I think I lost all the rest of the questions when I deleted it because I know I had like twice as many. Um, shoot, yeah. Yeah, I don't have any of the other questions. So now I'm officially out of things to talk about. Ugh. Well, it's back to work for me tomorrow, which is okay. Um, Morrison, how are you feeling right now? I know it's not been too long since we talked, but how are you feeling? Here comes my dreaded silence. Let me double check that list. Let's see. All right. So I guess I'll talk about like what happens when I know I've touched upon this probably 100 times before, but as far as like what a split is, because I had a pretty big one last night. And so because it was so recent, I feel like I can kind of explain it a little bit better. So I was having a fine day, like nothing had happened. And I'm going to talk about something that happened that I guess could have set me off, even though like consciously I didn't feel that it had set me off. So I have this guy in my life who I met several years ago. We became good friends and had developed sort of an intimate relationship. We never dated. I actually really liked him for a while. Like he was my favorite person for a little bit. Um, and then I lost interest. I still wanted to be friends with him, but I lost like romantic interest in him. And then after I lost that interest, he all of a sudden had interest. And so we just kind of were never on the same page at the same time. But throughout our friendship, like we had an intimate relationship. And um being on opioids and then being on Suboxone, I struggled a lot with lack of libido, and he didn't like that. Um, he didn't like it at all, and he let me know all the time that he did not like that. And so I ended up sort of putting him at a distance a while ago. Like I haven't seen him in person in quite a while. Because he admits that he has an issue with alcohol, and he was always in a rush to get home so he could drink, which is fine, that's his choice, but I was at a point where um I was having to struggle every day to fight my own cravings, so I just couldn't be around somebody that wasn't even trying to fight theirs. So I put him at a distance, not because of that and because of the fact that I felt like he was always giving me shit for not having a libido. So over the last year or more, he messages me every couple of weeks and tries to come over, and I always have an excuse, always, because I know what he wants and I'm not interested. And even if that's not what he wants, I'm still not interested. So, for some reason, like, I couldn't take that last step and, like, cut him like, either, like, block his number, block him on Facebook, whatever. I don't know why I felt like that was just mean and it was unnecessary, I don't know. So, he messages me last night, and, let me pull it up just so I kinda remember if I still have it. Um Literally just out of the blue, like, the first message he sent to me was asking me if I was hopping back on the dating/sex scene next, or no, the dating scene next year. And I was like, "Who knows? Like, I'm not worried about it, you know?" And he was like, "Well, you like staying single too much." And I basically was like, "I'm just trying to work on myself." And, you know, I don't know. He's like, "You have no sex life, you have no dating life." And I was like, "Why does it matter to you? Like, it's not your concern, you know?" And I don't like, in my head, I wasn't getting upset about it because I don't have feelings for him. Why should I be upset about it? But it must have made me feel some type of way, because it was shortly after that that I started to have like a BPD splitting episode. Um which started like toward the end of Kevin's live stream, which is why I bounced out of there quick. Um so what happened after that was, let's see. Um Yeah, so all of a sudden, everything in my life became like worst case scenario. I could not find any positives in any part of my life. Um, and then I start to get these thoughts in my head and tell myself, like, convince myself, people just pretend to like you. Like, they put up with you. They don't want anything to do with you, but they keep you around because they feel bad, kind of thing. And then, in my head, I'm fighting with myself because it's like I want to reach out to somebody. I want to talk to somebody. Like, I wanna explain to somebody how I feel, but then I'm like, they're not gonna understand, because if they're gonna say, "What's wrong?" and I'm gonna say, "I don't know." Like, I don't know. And then I'm like, and don't reach out because nobody cares anyway, and please don't think that this is any reflection on anybody. This is a me thing. Like, this is where my head goes. It's always done this. Um, uh, and then it's just like the negative self-talk comes on. Me convincing myself that nobody will understand, they won't care. And then I tell myself that this is what you deserve. You're a shit person. This is what you deserve. You're going to be alone for the rest of your life, and you're going to sabotage every relationship, every friendship, because you're either cold or you're needy. You're cold or you're needy. And this is when I start to get really impulsive. Like, when I'm starting to feel low like this, the impulsions start to come in. And I'm thinking about all of these things that I can do to hurt myself, not physically, but just things in my, like, I don't deserve things, so I need to stop them. I need to make it so that I can't benefit from these things because I don't deserve them. I need to delete my YouTube channel. I need to never go live again. Like, these are all things that come into my head um when I'm feeling like this. It's like I have to punish myself. I have to sabotage anything good that could ever happen for me because I don't deserve it. I'm not worthy, you know? Um and then I just, it's just dwelling on everything. Like, my brain doesn't work like it used to work. So I start knocking myself for that, like, calling myself names, calling myself stupid. And it goes on and on and on until eventually it stops. Like, the length that these episodes last is very variable. It just completely depends. I would say it was a good, I don't know how long Tara streamed because it was a couple hours, I would say. Um, and I ended up crying for a bit, which actually felt nice because I don't cry very often. For some reason, like, I'm not able to. But then what happens is a lot of the time when I come out of those periods of very intense emotions, then the numbness kicks right back in again. Like, there's no in between. My emotions are extremely intense, and then they're just shut off. They're gone. So anyway, that's kind of where I was at last night, and things that I experience on a somewhat regular basis. They don't always get to that point, and sometimes they're worse than that. It just really depends. But anyway, that's my little ramble. So let me hang on here. Okay. This is a great conversation to have and super important. Oh, thank you, Morrison. I feel incredible true joy in the presence of the Holy Spirit. I know. I was getting a little like funny about the conversation about like happiness versus joy. I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to know, like, you know, obviously I know what joy feels like, but agreed. It's helpful to be reminded that I need to prioritize self-care. Yeah. It's like, and for so long, my self-care routines were so unhealthy. I don't know why I even call them self-care because at the time I thought that they were self-care. So yeah, I need to come up with some more things that I can utilize in situations when I need self-care. Um, Morrison says, I'm truly blessed. Tala says, I'm filled with joy today. Oh, I'm glad, Tala. Amen, brother. Hey, Sonny, how are you? Welcome. Hey, I'll kind of got my hands full, but I'm here listening. Okay, cool. All right, that's cold. Maybe I better finish it. Slow-mo, yeah, bro, always good to be blessed. Sup, Sonny. All right, time for gum. Whoop. I just found out my son has the flu and won't be able to visit for Christmas. Oh no, Morrison, I'm sorry. God, it is running rampant where you're at. Holy cow. Holy cow. Uh, I'm sorry. Are you really bummed, Morrison? Mm. You know what I want to do? I want to see if I can make it through a whole live stream without saying the F word. Let's try it. Slomo, feel free to mention your son in the Kingdom Within prayer section so we can start sending out prayers for your son's speedy recovery. Yeah, that's a good idea. We had a prayer chain at our church. Thank you, Tala will do. Oh no, Mo, that totally sucks. Kimmy, I'm so glad you're opening up about this. Thanks, Morrison. I just like sometimes the only reason that I hesitate is because I feel like to a lot of people, they just, I don't know, just wouldn't understand and be like, that's ridiculous. It's literally ridiculous. And it's not, I feel the same way when I come out of it. I'm like, that's ridiculous. Why can't you just get your shit together? You know? But unfortunately, right now, that's a reality of my life. And all I know how to do at this point is to try to work on my reaction to those emotions. Right now, I have no control over those emotions happening. I don't think I do. And if so all I can do is try to control how I respond. Slow mo, no doubt, bro. I got you. Or brother, yeah. Yeah, it does, Tara. I will just see him on his B day at the end of the month. Ah, I know that sucks. At least it's not too far away though. Kimmy, Tara, Mo, Kingdom Within. Your sharing about splitting will help many people. You're on a good path. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I thought about like doing some like shorts or videos on like certain hot topics with BPD, but I don't know. Um, I do feel like it's a good thing to talk about because BPD is very highly stigmatized and a lot of people, I feel like most people have heard of it, but only like because of like really extreme cases kind of thing. And so I do think that there's a lot of misconceptions about borderline personality disorder. Franklin snoring. I was like, what is that noise? Oh, sorry. I keep jiggling the table. I've been praying for you, Kimmy. Oh, thank you, Morrison. That's sweet. A lot of feelings of unworthiness came up for me last weekend too. Unworthiness is a hard nut to crack. Thank God for my therapist. Yeah, I mean, I feel like I have struggled with feelings of unworthiness my whole life just because of like what my childhood was like and feeling like I kind of was a piece of shit when I was a kid, like, you know, or just that I wasn't like my feelings didn't matter, I guess. Um, but then like it's like I have this internal dialogue with myself. Like I don't want to feel unworthy, but then I start saying, well, you should. Like you should feel unworthy because you're a piece of shit, because you're cold-hearted and this, that, and the other thing. And I'm not cold-hearted. I come across that way a lot. And I've been told that before. I do. Usually when I'm in the numb stage, just because I feel so numb, it's hard for me to I have been accused of being cold before. It's very hard for me, like I said before, to feel emotion when for different situations and other people when I can't even feel any for myself. But then when I'm in that emotional state, then it's like other people's pain hurts, like on a physical level. But it's tiring, you know, like, and I'm not trying to be, like have a pity party for myself and woe is me. Like, you know, like I said, I have so many things in my life to be extremely thankful for. And I am very thankful, but it's very exhausting. The constant up and down of the emotions and the mood swings and the impulsivity and the freaking paranoia. Like it gets really tiring. So yeah, Tara, I'm really glad that you're able to reach out to your therapist and get a therapy session so short notice. I never even thought to ask mine, like if that was ever an option, if I needed like a last minute appointment. I should ask her about that. Um, I don't think I've ever even attempted to have anything like that happen, but it would be good to know. Obviously, in cases like last night, for example, if that had been earlier in the day, that would have been the perfect opportunity to reach out to my therapist and say, "Hey, like I'm struggling." But it's so like it's not second nature to me to do those things, you know? Flu is so bad here right now. My son's mother has it as well. Oh no. Well, I guess it makes sense that he has it. I know I wanted to hear how Rob was doing, but I never heard back from him after he called earlier. That will be a long awaited visit at the end of the month, Mo. Yep. Yep. Tara, I had that same feeling for the whole 7 years I was on subs. It made me It really made me someone else. I've always been a confident person my whole life, maybe a little too overconfident. That's the thing, like, the one thing that I used to be overconfident about, I don't even know if overconfident, but just very confident, was always, like, being like, I used to consider myself smart. I used to be able to write, like, not like creative, I mean, I enjoy creative writing, but just like I used to have such a large vocabulary and be able to debate with people and just off the cuff. And since like the brain fog started, it's a struggle to feel like my brain even functions at like half capacity, you know? You're shattering the stigma around BPD. That's huge. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. I mean, we've talked about this before. Like, I do think that I have a more mild case than many people that I've seen. Just, I shouldn't even say that because, like, I don't know like, I don't know their journey or their struggle. But just, and things that I've heard them talk about, I'm like, wow, that's a lot, you know? And then I start to feel so thankful that that's not an area in my life that I really have a lot of issue in. But Sunny, same here, brother. Same amount of time too. Yeah, Morrison's 5 days off. Congratulations. That's awesome. You're doing it again, Morrison. Sunny, yes, I think confidence is a beautiful thing. Yeah, I do too. I do think there is a very fine line between confidence and cocky. And that's like, I know very well that sometimes I come off cocky, but and this isn't an excuse, like, it's something, there are a lot of things that I would love to change about myself, a lot of things. But typically when I come off as cocky is when I'm feeling the most insecure. I don't know, like, I'm overcompensating for feeling insecure, so then it just comes out differently, but Slow-mo, yeah, man. I watched Kimmy's live with Kev. That is awesome, man. But I too am concerned with the OPMS you're taking. Those are extracts. You got to switch it to regular powder if you're going to continue, my bro. Yeah, I was so glad that Kevin came on because, yeah, I mean, he's the only, like, off the top of my head, I was like, Kevin knows about Kratom, you know? Um, and obviously, like, we all love Kevin and really value his opinion. So, the accusations and adversary will always come. We must root ourselves in true identity, which for me is found in Jesus Christ. But I understand completely. I've been there so much in my life. But when you say, yeah, like root ourselves in our true identity, like Morrison, that's like the biggest thing, like with BPD. Who am I? I don't, half the time I don't have it. Like, I don't feel like I have an identity. It's like just this empty feeling that never goes away unless I'm on drugs. When I'm on drugs, when I'm on pain pills, the feeling goes away. I don't even know if that's what you were talking about with that comment, now that I think about it. Believe the lies. Yeah. Tara, I keep missing your lives. I'm trying to get up in there to support you. Yeah, I'm excited about Tara's Monday live stream on Christmas night. I think it'll be good. People get a break and break from family time if that's what they need. And, like we were talking about, Christmas Day can be a rough day for a lot of people. So asking for support is a skill. Practice makes better. Yeah, but I find it such a fine line though, Tara, because of like my object permanence with people, like feeling like and feeling like I need validation from people. Sometimes like I don't really know how to explain this. Like, am I reaching out for the right reasons? Like, am I overreaching out? Am I reaching out too much? Is this person going to get sick of me? Like, because it is like, it's almost like being in crisis mode, like half the time, you know? I already quit taking them, Sunny. I am kratom free. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome. We are all effing stronger than we think. Yes, that's true. That's true. That's true. You're brilliant, Kimmy. Thanks, Morrison. Thank you. It means a lot to me when you say that, but I'm like, is he just thank you. That's just one of my biggest struggles is feeling like, where did my brain go? You know? But my mom deals with the same thing. Like, we used to play like word games a lot as a family. And it was like the last couple of years, like my mom and I both were like, nope, can't do it. Can't do it. Sunny, yes, it would be great to have your company. Looking forward, friend. Hell yeah. Yes, Sunny. I definitely wasn't cocky unless trying to impress a lady. That's when I would just make a fool out of myself. Yeah, I get that. I've definitely done that myself with guys for sure. Yep. I wish I caught that live with Kev. I could have contributed so much. I know. Well, I know you and Cindy, I feel like were both mentioned in terms of your knowledge on Kratom. Jesus Christ never changes. It's the foundation for everything. Every other identity is a shifting sand. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. I think I misinterpreted your comment. Haha, Sonny, I used to be that way, bro. You're a good person, Kimmy, and you're very smart. Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me. That's the thing, and that's like I've said a million times again, like one of the things that I love most about you guys, especially I don't want to single anybody out, but I do want to be a better person, and there are so many things that I could improve on to be a better person. I don't know how. Like I don't know how to work on those things right now. But my fear is always that I come off harsh or cold, frigid sometimes. And that's not ever my intention ever. And that's not an excuse. Like it's not an excuse. I don't know. I guess I'm just trying to explain like what it's like in my head. Oh, that's effing awesome. So you're not taking anything right now. I can't wait till we can link up, Sunny. Yeah. And if you guys ever want to come up and have a conversation up here, that's cool too. I'm only taking vitamins, bro. Tala says, everyone, do you all know who Henry is from the YouTube channel Veterans with Anxiety? Yeah. What's going on, Tala? His girlfriend just died this morning and he's live right now. Crazy thing. He just did a live stream with her yesterday. Oh no. Wasn't he struggling recently too with like a relapse? Wait, yeah, I was gonna say, isn't his name Daniel? I was like, Henry doesn't sound right because he's the one who went to Luke's uh celebration of life, right? Um, we should all go and support him right now. What do y'all think? I mean, yeah, that's up to whatever you guys want to do. How did you? Yeah, I thought his name was Daniel. Really tell. Whoops, sorry. Yeah, I thought his name was Daniel. Oh, okay, okay. Wow. I'm gonna stay here for now, but I support you going to show support. Yeah, I know. I feel bad. I don't really. I think I've chatted in his live streams a couple of times. I think when it was when he was on his way back from Luke's service. Mm, that's horrible. Did it say, hang on, let me go back up and read. She died on his bed in his apartment. Wow. That's tough. That's tough. I hope he has, like, I don't know enough about him, but, like, I hope he has enough support in real life too. Do you know him, like, not, like, personally, Tala, but have you talked to him to know, does he have, like, support in real life? I think Slow-Mo is right, we'll just pray for him. Yeah, add him to the prayer list, that's a really good idea. Oh, no. Um, hi, in the mighty name of the true God, Yahweh, and his son, Yahweh Ashishi, and his holy I can't even read that word. I bind, rebuke, enslave, and curse all of your demons. All right, well, thanks for the prayer, dude. Appreciate it. You guys see that comment, right? Don't trip me out again. Same, I'm gonna stay with Kimmy until I go volunteer, but I'll definitely reach out and show some support. Yeah, for sure. I need to turn the volume down. Wait, okay, I was gonna say, all right, just checking. Because they don't show up deleted like on StreamYard. I can still see it, so. Mo, I just put contact in your last live comments. Wait. Oh yeah, contact information. Let me know when you got it so I can delete. Oh, that's a good idea. You know what? Sunny, do you have the link to Discord, to the Discord, Rachel's Discord? Yes, I've been subbed to him for a while now and even joined his Patreon recently, yesterday, and I know God is working because now his girlfriend passed. Wow. Let me, oh, I can't even post the link to the Discord because I don't have it. I don't have Discord on my computer. I wouldn't even know how to get into it. But if anybody wants to, Tara or Morrison, if you guys, you know what? Maybe get Sunny's contact information and send it to him privately right now, just because you never know. Sure, you know what I'm saying. God directed me to Daniel for a reason, and we must pray for him. Absolutely. It just makes me feel so bad because it seemed like he was already in sort of a vulnerable place, you know. He was already struggling a lot. So that's hard. Good idea. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's whatever Morrison and Tara want to do is fine. I'll leave the decision up to them. They both have better judgment than I do, so. But it's pretty cool, Sunny, because like we do voice calls and stuff with each other. Like we've pretty much done one, I think, every day, nighttime, daytime. Whenever anybody wants to chat, they hop on there, and there's usually somebody else willing to come on and do a voice call. It's not a coincidence that I just decided to support him yesterday, and now this happens right after. I swear God works in mysterious ways. Oh, I see what you're saying. You just joined his Patreon yesterday. His Patreon. Wow. Sunny, I didn't see your contact info. Let's see. I'm gonna go to Morrison's channel. Let's see. Yeah, it's not on his last stream. Interesting. All right, he says, hang on. I wonder if Marky's still working. All right, I might almost be glasses time. God is good, brother. Yeah, I'm surprisingly like a little excited about doing Bible study. And I like I said, I'm so glad now to know that we can get the right version of the Bible on that app because I can adjust the font size. You can email me if you want, Sunny S. I'll send you the link. I'm so excited for Bible study. Yeah. What time did you say it was going to be at on Fridays? And there's Tara's email. Oops. Slow-mo, yes, bro. All the time. God is good and constantly moving. Thank you for providing that, Tara. Tara, thanks. I posted mine. It's cool. Okay, so you did post it. Did you get it up there? Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I still don't see where you posted it. I don't know why I'm looking, but just to see if it's on there, I don't see it. Oh, you got some helpful comments on your replay, Morrison, on that last live stream. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't see it on any of Morrison's. I don't understand why YouTube took the option to DM people away. I don't understand that at all. My Lord, I can't see. Yeah, I don't see any comment. You know what? YouTube might be blocking it. It might think it's a link. It might be blocking it. You posted it in this chat? YouTube is blocking it. I don't see it. No. Yeah, it's probably considering it a link and only mods can. Why don't Tara posted her email up a little ways? Why don't you email it to Tara and she can let Morrison know? No, it doesn't hate you. It just thinks it's spam probably. Ooh. I don't understand why we can't listen to music on YouTube during live streams. Kind of pisses me off. Please email to Tara, brother. Okay, she's going to email Tara. Sweet. Whoops. Link up soon. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be cool if you can come to the Discord. I sent Brandon the link today too. And I think I sent it to him before, but I sent it to him again today. And to Rob, but who knows what he's doing. Jerry 44 South Carolina, I think, just dropped in to like and support the channel and say hi to y'all. Have to watch the replay. All right, Jerry, thanks for stopping in. It's good to see you. Rev Rashim Hall Stewart, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you too. Morrison says, yes, definitely join the Discord, Sonny. Yeah, yep. Paula says, Kimmy, if you use the program OBS, you could listen to music or even StreamYard. I'm on StreamYard, but I'll get copyright from YouTube. I can do like the background beat, like the background music that's preloaded onto StreamYard, or I could download my own copyright free music. But I'm talking about like music, like music that I will get copyright for. But it's just annoying because like TikTok doesn't care. You can play whatever you want on TikTok and they don't care because the lives don't stay up. Sup Rev, glad you made it back. Hey Slomo, keeping on. How you feeling? My if you're talking about my personal playlist, Rev Regime, it is a very, very wide variety from Broadway to rap to country to pop to rock. Like it's a very, very wide variety of music. How to make your own beats. I know. I know. I need to look. My mind was blown, Morrison, when you told me that like I could literally use somebody else's like not backing tracks, but like background music or whatever for my song. I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Because I'm sitting there in my head like, okay, I gotta come up like coming up with a melody is fine. But then like how the hell, like I'm not even like I'm a very basic piano player, very basic guitar player. Like I know basic chords, very basic songs. Like how the hell am I gonna put music to my song? How am I gonna do it? So my mind was blown. Thanks, Jerry. Feeling blessed. Tala says, Kimmy's Playhouse. I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't like the fact that we can't play whatever we want on YouTube versus TikTok. Yeah. I mean, I've played music before, like in some of my earlier live streams. I actually like the video I have on my channel, the letter to myself. I have a Rob Thomas song in the background, and I have a copyright flat, like not a warning, but like a disclaimer, I guess, in YouTube Studio that says this is a copyright song, but the artist basically doesn't disallow it to be used on YouTube. So there you can use some stuff, I guess, because it says this will not have any bearing on your channel. What is your Christmas song? Are you asking me what my favorite Christmas song is? I could not pick a favorite. Oh Holy Night is well, Oh Holy Night might be my favorite. Um, I love Do You Hear What I Hear? Um, I like the classics. I like when I say the classics, a lot of the ones that you'll actually find in like a church hymnal. Those are the ones that I love. Yes, it's dope, ain't it? If you need some beats, I got you. Oh, thank you. So my idea for my song, like it's funny. Oh, Morrison, so now I can explain to you what I was talking about. So I was inspired. I was listening to some new music, and obviously like my words are my own, but in my head, so this is my example. Okay. So I realized afterwards that the I don't know if you call it the cadence or it's not the tempo. The cadence is the only way I can think of it, but like dot 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 dot. It like that matched like the downbeat, whatever you want to call it, matched another song that I'd heard, and I was like, crap, like of course that's what, you know. So I don't know what you call that. I don't know if it's like if it's even an issue. I would assume that there are a ton of songs that have that same like that share a similar cadence or even like an identical cadence, you know? I'm not sure. I don't know if that's the right word, but do you know what I'm talking about? Um awesome slow-mo. I'll catch everyone at the next one. All right, Jerry, thanks for stopping in. Slow-mo. Holla at you, man. Or holler at me, man. Tara, if you want to send it in a DM on Discord to me, I really appreciate it. Have a blessed night, Jerry. Silent Night. Yeah, you know what? I actually really love the version. I don't even know who sang it, but I loved the version in Fred Claus. Like she added some stuff to it and it was really cool. Marky Rizzo, what is up? What's up, Bunker Squad? I gotta study, so can't hang out much. Just kidding. Let's see. Damn, Marky, you're gonna know this shit inside and out. Tara says, Sunny, I'm looking out for it, but it hasn't come through yet. Did you check your spam, Tara? Or even like, I don't know if I think you posted Gmail, right? Did you check your social folder in Gmail? That happens more often than you think. There's nothing new under the sun. Okay. Because I was like, I know I've heard this song that has the same thing. But anyway, so like my idea for this song, like obviously I'm gonna sing it, but nobody's ever gonna hear it, so I don't know why it matters. But it's so opposite of what I normally sing and like how my voice is. But I really want like think of that song by Billie Eilish. What's it called? What Was I Made For? Like most of the song, it's like a very ethereal sounding sound. Like she's in high head voice or falsetto the whole time pretty much. Um very straight singing, which I'm not used to doing. Like it's very hard for me to sing straight. Like I'm so used to using vibrato that it's very hard for me not to use vibrato, but I don't want any vibrato and I want it very straight, very simple. Um, so yeah. Um, hang on. Is it the cadence? Okay, thank you. Some I'll share it with you when it comes through. Marky. Sup, Dr. Marky, getting your PhD over here. I know. Thanks for the roses, Rev Rashim. Sunny says, Tara, whoopsie, I spelled your name wrong. Oh no. You're not having very good luck tonight, Sunny. LOL, Sunny, we'll get it eventually. Yeah. Tala says, Marky Rizzo. You did check spam. Okay. I'm loving the ethereal vibes these days. Yeah, like I love to listen to it. It's not like I have it's not normally like the kind of thing that I would sing. It's very like it's not my voice necessarily, but I loved it. I love the way it sounds. So that's my idea. Tara, I just subscribed to your YouTube channel. Hell yeah. Oh, Tara, Morrison, Marky, whoever, can you guys post links to all of your channels? Kevin's channel, Tara's, Morrison, Tala. Let's see. Right on, Rev. What is your favorite holiday? Mine is Christmas. 100% Christmas. But like I was saying, I was telling these guys before, Rev, like I hype up Christmas a lot in my head beforehand, and then like it's always a little bit of a letdown just because of how much I hype it up, I think. Um, but I love Christmas. Right on, Rev. Welcome to the fam. Morrison posted a link. He said, if you like biblical content in recovery, check out. Yeah. Yeah. So Morrison, his channel it's called Uppers Recovery, but he talks about everything. Everybody's welcome there. Anybody in any kind of recovery or really anybody, right? I mean, I feel like there's a lot of emphasis on God. It's a really safe space. Same with Tara's channel, very safe space. And Tala also has a lot of stuff that you might find interesting on his channel. Chinksmo. How did Rev post a link? Is that clickable to you guys? Usually. Okay. Yeah. You can't actually post links, Rev, because you're not a moderator. I do see that you posted it on my end on StreamYard, but it's not going to show up for anybody else on YouTube because you're not a moderator. So you actually can't post a link. But I'm assuming that that's a link to your channel. Yeah, I'm assuming that's a link to your channel. Just unfortunately, you can't post a link if you're not a moderator. Sunny says, Mr. Rizzo, R to the Izzo. Also check out Brother Tala's channel. Amazing work. Yep. Yeah, Morrison didn't see the link. Tara, it better have went through this time. LOL. If not, it's just not my night. I need some water. All right, guys, I'm going to get a headache later if I don't start doing this. How pathetic is it that I'm in my head? I'm like, oh my gosh, I've gone almost an hour and 15 minutes and I have not said the F word. I may have said it once before. I said I wasn't going to say it all tonight, but I have not said the F word once since I said I wasn't going to. I'm impressed. See, I don't, yeah, it comes out very naturally in speech when I'm myself, but like I don't swear at work ever. I might say shit or something, but I never swear at work. Rev Rashim says, do you believe in true love? I never really liked those words. Like what makes love untrue? Yeah, I believe in love. Of course, I believe in love. I don't necessarily believe that. I mean, I know you didn't ask about soulmate. I don't necessarily believe in soul. I think people have more than one soulmate. Um, I think sometimes you have to make things work. They don't just intrinsically work. And I think that you can also have soulmates that are platonic. I think you can have soulmates that are not, you're not attracted to or don't want to have like a romantic relationship with, you know? So I'm not really sure if that's what you were asking me. Um, I've never been, I don't think that I've ever been in love, not in like a healthy love anyway. I've been in obsession, I've been in lust. I've loved, but have I ever been in love? I don't think so. And I think if I had, I would be able to say without a doubt, yes, I've been in love. So maybe I just don't have enough like knowledge on that topic to speak about it, but that's how I feel anyway. Morrison said, I sub to your channel, Rev. We'll check out your work. Oh, great answer. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So I don't know if I told you guys this. I actually want to get something and show it to you. And normally I would say, Tara, I hope this isn't triggering to you, but you did say before that like it's not something that's triggering to you. But so I told you guys, like I still have all these cannabis products left, right? That I bought before and I haven't used. And there's one specific tincture that I have that I got this tincture so that I could microdose, so that I could take such a small amount that I wouldn't get like the high from it and could get the benefits. But then after I bought it, I realized that it was a sativa blend rather than a hybrid or an indica. So, but this specific tincture has other ingredients in it as well. And it's called Focus. Like it's supposed to help with mental clarity. And so I've been really tempted recently to try to microdose and see how it works. But yeah, let me grab it. I mean, I don't know. Am I even allowed to show this shit on stream? Hopefully this doesn't break any kind of like terms of service. But so it's by a local company. So I'm actually not going to show it because it's by a local company. It's THC and CBG focused tincture. It's a full spectrum cannabis oil. Per bottle, it's got 150 milligrams of THC and 600 milligrams of CBG. But so I guess it's the CBG that is supposed to help with like mental clarity and things. So one serving, so 1 ml, which I'm always confused about with these things because 1 ml is the whole dropper, right? But you can never get the dropper full. It's somewhere between half a dropper and 3/4 of a dropper. Like that's all that it will fill. So I'm always like concerned about the dosing with this kind of thing. So 1 ml is supposed to contain 5 milligrams of sativa THC and 20 milligrams of CBG. So the couple of times that I used it, I tried to just do a half a dropper or like half of whatever the dropper fills to. So I was trying to do like 2.5 milligrams or less, but it still like affected me, you know? Um, but anyway, I kind of for a little while was debating potentially trying to microdose this. Oh, wait. So here's what it has. It's got, yeah, the THC, it's got CBD, CBG, and the TAC, the total cannabinoids. But anyway, Let me put that back. You guys, I just realized I had a note in my calendar on my iPhone to remember to wear my Christmas sweater on tonight's live stream, and I'm not wearing it. Tara says mission accomplished. Okay, so she got the email. Tala says, thank y'all for the support. Oh, of course, Tala. Thank you for always supporting me too. Morrison says, thanks so much, Tara. The eagle has landed. You guys are so funny. Tara Mo, woo, that wiped me out. I'm telling you, like, who was it that said in Kevin's live stream, I think it was last week, like asking, are your phones acting up, right? And I was like, you guys all have Android phones. That's why they're acting up. Those of us with iPhones are fine. But since then, so for example, today I was in the Starbucks drive-thru and I had to reload my Starbucks app and I'm sitting there and my phone is like this, right? So it's on, like I have the always on screen. So it's on, but my brightness kept dimming. And I have automatic brightness turned off. So that should never, ever happen. And and this has happened to me before where it got so dim that I couldn't see to bring the brightness back up. So I had to go like this. And luckily I remembered the drop down menu where the brightness slider is. So I was able to just kind of do it by feel. But then we were talking earlier and my phone was 2 feet away from me in the charger. All of a sudden somebody starts talking about music and I see my phone light up and my music thing came up on its own. So weird. And Morrison said it wiped me out too. I'm about to get soaked. Did the rain? I know you said it stopped for a little bit. Is it pouring again, Tara? And you didn't find anything? You have your rain. Didn't you say you had I can't remember if it was a raincoat. I think you said you had a raincoat. Interesting. I blame it on y'all, can somebody tell me what that emoji is? I blame it on whatever that emoji is. Was a long ass day at my biz. Oh no, Tara, Tara should have brought the poncho. I'm off to work. I'll still be ghosting. All right, Morrison, I hope you have a really good night. Obviously reach out if you want to, if you need to. Nice Christmas sweater. I know. It's in my bedroom, just sitting there. I'll wear it this weekend. Tara under her umbrella, Ella, A. Oh, have a good night, bro. Yeah, she doesn't have an umbrella. I thought you had a raincoat though. Tala says, I brought up the phones. Oh yeah. That's right, you did. And that's right, you did. Marky says he has to keep resetting his router. Time to swap it out. Yeah, I've been really lucky here where I live where I've never had any internet issues. I mean, I get the weak signal sometimes, but I've never lost internet for more than a few minutes. I've never even messed with my router ever. I wouldn't even know what to do, to be honest with you. I'm not very smart about stuff like that. Mo working well in withdrawals. I know he's kicking ass. I almost said the F word, but I abstained. You too, Sonny. Oh, it's weed. Wait, let me go back up and look. Oh, do you smoke weed, Sonny? Or are you in the weed field? Mo is superhuman. I know. He is. He's got this. I think it's natural and normal in these situations to doubt yourself and listen to me talking about this shit because I'm do what I say, not as I do. But yeah, self-doubt is huge. And you're gonna be just fine, Morrison. Yes, it's pouring. I do have a rain jacket though. Oh, good. Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought you said you had one. All glory goes to Jesus Christ. All right, I'm out. All right, Morrison. Have a good night. Maybe you can get some downtime to go on a call later. I'll probably, why do I even say it? Don't say when I'm going to wrap it up because I never stick to it ever. But Tara and Morrison are like my biggest chatters and they're leaving. So might not be too much going on in here. Kimmy up. Only thing I do, no, I'm not in the weed field, but I'm in government Medicare, home care field, LOL. Much rather be in the weed field. So Sunny, do you smoke it? Do you do edibles? Do you do tinctures? So I prefer indica because I'm a very anxious person. I was only doing like 1 5 milligram gummy a week. And then when I got my borderline personality diagnosis, I decided to stop using cannabis for a little while to see if it made any difference with my BPD symptoms. And I found that it doesn't. Like, it's made no difference. I mean, I was only using it once a week anyway. So lately I've been considering starting to use it again. Maybe not the gummies, but maybe like trying to like microdose that tincture or some kind of tincture or something like that. Hey, Jill, how are ya? Tonight's topic, well, we had some discussions earlier about self-care, nutrition, the brain-gut connection. And then I talked about the little freak out that I had last night that Tara actually really helped me through. So yeah, it's been kind of a Mod Podge as per usual. I bet he does, JK. Sunny says, "Can we puff, puff, puffy? Just started using a dry herb vaporizer because it's healthier. It's not legal in my state yet." Oh, okay. It's funny because it was legal here for a number of years, around 2, I think, before we actually got any dispensaries near me because there was so many lawsuits after it became recreationally legal. And so when we got our first legit dispensary in the city, my sister and my mom and I went, and I walked in, my mind was blown. I mean, this was like luxury, like gorgeous, gorgeous building and everything. Like my mind was blown. I was like, I'm used to like buying shake off, off back in like my 20s and stuff, like a dime bag of shake. You don't know what the hell it is. So yeah, my mind was blown. Time to get soaked. Love y'all. All right, Tara, have a good night. I hope you stay as dry as possible. But hopefully we'll talk to you later. Good to hear. How are you, Jill? Do you have any updates? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I preferred edibles for a while, Sunny, because I thought it was easier to control the effects of it because I knew exactly what dose I was getting. But I hate how long they take to kick in and how long they last. It was typically like a game night thing. We would have my family game night. My sister and I would have a gummy. I do have like mini pre-rolls that I would occasionally use, but my lungs are garbage from years of smoking cigarettes. Like, it's hard for me to smoke weed because I just cough and cough and cough. All good, sober as a judge. All right, all right. Jill, do you celebrate Christmas? Sunny says, I wish I could check out a dispensary. I need to move back to Long Island, New York. Edibles, gummies hit hard though. I love them. Yeah. So I was always used to the 5 milligram ones because before our dispensary opened, we would go to Massachusetts to the dispensaries and they had 5 milligram gummies. But at like most of our dispensaries, 10 milligrams are as low as they go, which is too much for me. I finally found one brand local here that does make 5 milligram gummies. So what happened was I got the 10 milligrams and I'm like, that's fine. It'll last me twice as long. I'll just eat half at a time. Well, the THC is not distributed evenly through the gummy because the first half I took, I was out of my mind. And the second half I took a week later, it was nothing. So definitely not evenly distributed. but it's all like they have, I forget what they call them. Tara would know, but she's gone. But they're like the people who work at the dispensary and they know their shit. Like you can ask them anything and they can just go off. They know exactly what they're talking about. And it's just crazy because they literally have everything. And then you get down to like strains and dosages and terpenes and concentrations. And I'm like, just here's what I want. Can you just find me a product that, so Jill says, yes. Okay, you do. All right. Are you excited about Christmas or who are you spending Christmas with this year, Jill? Let's see. I quit cigarettes 2 years ago, but cheat when I have a drink here and there. Then pack will sit in my drawer till the next time I drink. It lasts forever. Yeah. So I actually knew a lot of people who were like, they only smoked cigarettes when they were drinking. And I never understood that. I was like, how do they not get hooked? Because when I smoked, I smoked. Like I'm always all or nothing, like 2 packs a day or nothing, you know? But I, and that's how I quit for several years. And then I went out one night and I was drinking and I thought, I can have one cigarette. Like it'll be fine. I won't remember it tomorrow or I won't, whatever. And then I was right back into smoking again. And so now, like and this was several years ago, 3 years ago, maybe something like that. And so I'm still like, I still chew nicotine gum. I got hooked on the gum after the second time that I quit. I did use the gum after the first time I quit, but I used it like you were supposed to for a short period of time. And then I got off of it. But it's like, now I feel like that's kind of all I have left that, to give me that little something, something now that there's no more opioids, no more Suboxone. So I'm like, fuck it. Like I'll just chew nicotine gum. Plus Tara educates us all the time on how many health benefits it actually has to have nicotine, not all the other shit, not tar, not all that other stuff, but nicotine itself has a lot of health benefits in moderation. Tala says gonna go and get dinner prepared now. Kimmy, love the topics of the stream. Oh, thank you for coming, Tala. I appreciate you. Yeah, I'll probably maybe another half an hour or so. And I don't know what you're doing later, but we might jump on a call. We'll see. Yes, with my son family in the sun and warm. Oh, are you going you're going down south? We're going to have we are going to have a green Christmas this year. We're not going to have snow on the ground. Which is strange. I mean, it's happened before, but it's not typical to not have a white Christmas in New York. Your son's family is down south. Jill, I'm sure you know that Tara live streams on Mondays at 4:15 her time, 7:15 Eastern Standard Time, and she is planning on doing a live stream on Christmas night, which I think is going to be great because, like we were talking about, a lot of people struggle with difficult emotions, cravings, things like that on holidays. So Sunny says, oh yeah, I was a smoker big time. I also never understood those people only do it sometimes, but then something in my brain has changed. Yeah. Well, in my head, I was like, they're not inhaling. They're not inhaling because otherwise they would be just as addicted as I am. My best friend was like that in school, or yeah, well, she was my best friend in school, but she was always like that too. Like she could just smoke 1 or 2 a day. And I'm like, what is like, how can I do that? But I can't. Like I struggle with moderation in most things. For some reason I don't struggle using cannabis in moderation. Probably because I'm always very aware of the fact that it has the potential to make my anxiety worse. So that's probably why. But I struggle most things in my life. I cannot practice moderation. I don't have very good self-control and I'm impulsive. And those are things I'm going to work on very, very, very hard once I know what I'm supposed to do to work on those things. Marky, I was at the grocery store on my way home and grabbed a bottle of I keep wanting to say of wine, but eventually put it back. Stressful day. Oh, I'm sorry, Marky. Yeah, I think it was Thanksgiving. I did have a drink on Thanksgiving, but I was craving wine that night. I'm not a huge wine drinker, but I drove to the liquor store and I pulled into the parking lot and then I was like, why am I doing this? And then I just pulled right back out. I didn't even go in. But like I said, I did end up, I think I had like a White Claw or some gross that night. But I've been thinking recently, and I know you know this, Marky, because I've said it to you about drinking some night. Like I've just, and it's not even like give me a glass of wine. I was like, no, I want to go out and get drunk just for a night, which I can do and then not do it again for months or a year and be totally fine with that. But do I want to be hungover the next day? No. And do I want to risk that? Because I know I don't make the smartest decisions when I'm drunk, you know? Jill says, I'll bring the eggnog. I don't think I like eggnog. I haven't tried it in several years, but I don't think I like it. Although I've never had like spiked eggnog. I've only ever had like just like regular eggnog, but that actually sounds kind of good right now, I think. I don't know. Um, Marky, tomorrow is a new day, my bro. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be stressful, Marky, having these tests hanging over your head. I get why you're stressed out, but I still think you're gonna do just fine, especially with the amount of work that you're putting in, amount of studying. This is true, Sunny. Jill says I give into cravings a little, then I'm okay. Moderation works for me. Oh, good. Yeah, it's just hard for me with like food, drugs, and not even like drugs, like, pills or whatever. Um, hey Megan, good to see you. Oh, you're all right. I'm glad you're back. Glad you're back. Oh, we'll see if Marky answers your question, Sonny. I hate speaking for people. I feel like it's rude of me to do that. I know. Megan, I had you know what I had for lunch. So like I meal prepped and I'm gonna have the same thing for dinner and I'm so excited to eat it again. Like I just had it like, I don't know, 5 hours ago and I'm really excited to eat it again. But usually I had potatoes as my carb because I get these little fingerling potatoes that are only like 15 or 16 grams of carbs for a serving. And today, like I was lazy and I ended up getting brown rice. It's like a brown wild rice mix, which have like literally like 40 grams of carbs in a serving. So I'm feeling a little bit guilty about that. But Kimmy, you look pretty with those specs in here. Oh, thanks, Megan. I just had to put them on. I was like, I know I'm gonna get a headache later if I don't put them on now. Megan, I was saying a few minutes ago, like I had a reminder in my calendar to make sure to wear my Christmas sweater tonight, and I totally forgot all about it. The reminder came up and I ignored it. Marky says business and finance, Sunny, Florida State contractors exam. Yep. Sunny says, Marky, you got that shit, man. Yeah, he's studying really hard. I'm not a good studier. Like I don't know. I feel like the more over prepared I am, I kind of like sabotage myself, but that's just me. I was just checking to see if Daniel was still live. He's not live anymore. I really hope he's doing okay. So I still have some last minute Christmas gifts that I need to get this weekend, but I'm pretty sure they're just going to be gift cards because my brother never gave me any more ideas. So gift cards it is. But we found out last minute that he's not coming up at all. He was going to come up the Friday after Christmas, but there's some issues with the bed and breakfast that they just bought, so they're not coming. He actually invited the whole family down to spend New Year's Eve and New Year's Day in the new bed and breakfast, but I'm working, so I can't go. I actually don't think any of my family is gonna be going, which is unfortunate for him. I think he would really appreciate the support, but if we all go, there's nobody to take care of each other's animals, you know? Marky says, "I just wanna know 30 questions without looking them up. That should give me adequate time." Do they tell you, Marky, how many questions are on the actual test and how, like, is it like a several hour long test? And I would assume that given like the course, like the subject material, that it's all like multiple choice or what, like not like you do you have to do any kind of like like not like an essay or anything like that? Sunny says, Marky, if I can finish my bachelor's degree and take finals and write papers while withdrawing off subs, you can knock that shit out, bro. Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't, well, yeah, I wasn't going through withdrawal, but I got my bachelor's degree in active addiction. I actually, the university that I went to was sued by the federal government a couple of years back, and somehow I didn't know about it. So all these people have gotten their loans forgiven. And so I went online and it was a lot of money. Like I owe 80 grand in student loans. And so I just filled out the it's not loan forgiveness because it's because of the lawsuit. It's called, I forget what they call it, but anyway, I filled that out and everybody's like, it could take a year before you hear anything. And the thing is, like, I filled it out so quick. I'm like, why did I do that? Why didn't I really like put a lot of thought in my answers? This is $80,000 potentially that could be forgiven. Um, so anyway, what are you getting your bachelor's in, Sunny? No doubt, Sunny. It's all just, or it's just all new and foreign. So I have to semi-learn it. Yeah, I get that. 125 questions, 120 count, 5 hours to complete. That's a long test. That's a really long test. Multiple choice. Oh, it's open book. That's really good. I feel like that would take a lot of the pressure off. Megan says, Sunny, that's tough. Kudos to you. I believe in you. Oh yeah, so you would have had your degree because you've been off for a while. So what is it in, Sunny? Sunny, did you join that group yet? Because I'm thinking if I end this in like just a couple of minutes, I don't know if you guys want to jump on like a private call or whatever. Or not private, it's in the public group, but a bachelor's in anthropology. Oh, cool. So I have a bachelor's, a major in psychology with a minor in criminal justice. They were both totally random things that I just picked off the drop down menu so I could get more information about it. And then I was kind of like locked into it. So I was like, oh, what the hell? But you can't do anything with a bachelor's in psychology, not in the field of psychology. You can use it towards like human services, management kind of thing, because a lot of like the education, to me, it's like just a very general education. Like we didn't learn a shit ton about psychology in that program. It was a lot about interpersonal communication and surprisingly like freaking, oh, I didn't say it. I said freaking. I'm still all right. Statistics, like what the hell are they putting statistics in an undergrad for psychology? But um oh my bad. I thought you were doing that now. I think Sunny's been off. What has it been? 3 years for you, Sunny? Something like that? I'll be in Discord if I can. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll wrap this up in just a few minutes. I think that's a good idea. Um, same with anthropology. Yeah. The thing is, you guys, like, I don't have my degree. Like, I graduated, but I don't have my diploma. Like, I don't have my transcripts. I don't have my diploma. So what happened was, again, like, I was in active addiction, and my grandmother died, and I like while she was in the hospital and she was sick. I was her healthcare proxy. So I was there a lot. I had a lot of decisions to make. So the class that I was in at the time was the statistics, and I failed it because I wasn't doing anything. And so when you fail a class, at least in my school, your student loans don't cover that failed class anymore, that you owe the school that money. And so when I graduated, they're like, well, we're not releasing your transcripts or your diploma until you pay us the money you owe us. And at that point, like, I was already working where I work now, love my job. And I'm like, do I really even need this? Because what the hell am I, I felt like it was a throwaway degree. I'm never going to do anything with this degree. I would like it. And I could have paid it off a million times by now. It's at some debt collector. But long story short, to say, I'm not in possession of my degree, of my diploma, of my transcripts, anything like that. But I'm also hoping now, like with this lawsuit, I did mention that in my like application. I was like, hey, by the way, like I don't even actually have my diploma. Can you maybe look into that? So Marky says he'll hop in after 20 more questions. Marky, you got this. My advanced EMT test was closed book, 2 hours, 125 question. Yeah. Yep. But mine is a bachelor's of science, so it's a bit involved in focus, but you have to get a PhD to really get that money in a real job. Yeah, mine was a bachelor's of arts. Yep, Dr. Sunny, or any social science field, BA or BS and social sciences. Yeah, yep. Megan says, Kimmy, I beg to differ. Knowledge is power. Yeah, I totally agree with that, Megan, but I'm trying to think of anything that I learned that added any value to my life in my program, and I really can't think of anything. But that sucks. Yeah, it does kind of suck, but I'm in a forbearance right now actually because I filled out that the thing for the forgiveness. So it automatically put me into a forbearance until 2027. But obviously like I still have interest accruing because I think originally when I like graduated I owed like 78 or 9,000, something like that, and now it's quite a bit over 80 grand. Hey Guillermo, how are you? How's it going? Sup Gonzo, about to move to Discord, bruh. Yeah. Okay, everybody that's in here has the link. Yeah, Gonzo, we're gonna hop on a call after this. I finished my degree 3 years ago, and was off subs after 7 years at the same time. Yeah, that's awesome that you were able to do that though. But we clean. Gonzo Guillermo says, okay, cool. Just got home, gonna take the doggies out, jump on. Okay, cool. You're hurting, Morrison. Did you just get to work? Well, this is perfect timing for you then, because I feel like when we all talk, it kind of helps you feel a little bit better. You owe tons. I bet you do. I bet you do. Oh no, Mo, what's going on? If you're comfortable sharing on the call. All right, guys. Well, I think this might be a good time then. It's been almost 2 hours, and I am trying to make them a little bit shorter than usual. Guillermo says, my favorite streams are the ones where you wear the glasses. Thanks. I usually always start off without them, and then I start to feel like I'm going to get a headache, so I have to put them on. But thank you guys for coming tonight. I think it was a pretty good stream. I think we talked about some kind of important topics. So yeah, I guess let's see what's tonight's Friday. Oh, so Morrison should be potentially, hopefully, streaming Saturday. And then Tara will be streaming on Christmas night. So hopefully we'll see everybody there. Love you guys. See you on the Discord.